The popularity of car subscriptions. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Finn Auto is Chief Growth Officer and USA Lead Jan Hansen. Hi, Jan, and congratulations on the new title.
Hi, Fred. Thanks a lot, and thanks a lot for having me.
Well, for those who aren't familiar with Finn, let's give them the overall picture here. This started out in Europe, in Germany, right?
Yes, exactly. So we started out in Germany in 2019, and then made the move to the US in early 2022, and have been live for 2 years now, and offering our subscriptions to US customers as well.
So describe for us what car subscriptions are. A lot of people probably aren't familiar with the term.
Yes, absolutely. So at its core, a car subscription is basically a more convenient and more flexible way to use your own car. Yeah. So what that means is our subscription rates are all inclusive. So to simplify things, everything but fuel or electricity is included in our monthly rate. And we typically offer our vehicles for a term of 12 months to our customers. So that's more flexible than the average lease. And yeah, you get the vehicle delivered to your door. It's ready to drive. You drive it for 12 months, and then you return it, prolong with Finn, whatever you want to do.
So what are the differences, the key differences that people should think of when they think when they're weighing whether to subscribe or to lease a vehicle?
Yeah. So I think the first thing that people should think about is, what time do I actually want to commit to a vehicle, right? Am I comfortable committing to 3 or 4 years? Then you can certainly also look at leases. Or do you want to maybe stay more flexible and say, hey, I know exactly what type of car I need for the next 12 months, but then maybe my family situation may change, or my financial situation may change, and I want to upgrade my car. Then people may want to look more towards a more flexible solution like a subscription. The second thing is, how much effort are you willing to handle yourself around the car? Right? Do you want to get insurance yourself? Do you want to take care of summer, winter tires yourself? Any maintenance, scheduling that, etc. Yourself? Or are you looking for a more convenient, frictionless mobility solution that basically takes care of all of those things for you? And then I would say you're in the right place with the subscription. And the good thing is, actually, since of course, we procure all of these services, whether that is insurance or maintenance, tires, etc., at a much larger scale, that actually offers us cost benefits that we can forward to the individual consumer. And so I'd encourage everyone to also compare pricing of a subscription to a lease on a total cost of ownership basis, right? So don't just compare a lease rate to a subscription rate, but really also factor in maybe a potential down payment that you have to make, the monthly insurance that you're going to pay, and all the other ongoing costs that you have. And then we see that on a total cost of ownership comparison, we're actually very much price competitive with leasing. And so that frictionless offering and the additional flexibility typically does not come as a price premium to our consumers.
So the details are really important. If you look at the lease rates, sometimes they look really inexpensive, and then the fine print below is how much you have to put up front, right?
That's exactly it. And for us, it's really important to be transparent, to simplify things as much as possible. What you see is what you get. What you see on our website is what you pay. There are no hidden fees. There's no down payment. We just want to make using your own car as transparent and as easy as possible.
So what are you finding? Who does this make sense for? The customers who are gravitating towards Finn?
Absolutely. So this makes sense, or this makes sense for a wide variety of customers. But if we think in, right, one of our core target groups is young families, right? Lived in larger cities their entire adulthood, then start a family, move out a bit more into the suburbs, realize that now, okay, having my own car actually would be super useful. Maybe even two, right? One for each partner to go to work, to take the kids somewhere. And these are people that may have never bought a car before, may have never owned a car before, likely have never owned a new car before. And for them, our offering offers a very, very easy and digital customer experience to getting a new car and getting a new car quickly.
Sort of step us through, if you can, the whole process here
Yeah.
from start to finish. People would go online, I guess, initially.
Exactly. It's a very simple process. And we always like to compare it to online shopping. And we also view ourselves at our core as an e-commerce company. So you go on our website, that's fin.com, FINN.com. And then you browse through our selection. Our selection, to be fair, is more limited here in the US right now than it is in Germany, but we will have some exciting updates to our inventory here in the US very soon. And then you click on the car that you're interested in. You're able to see all of the specs, right? So you cannot spec the car yourself as you could when you order a new car, but you can see all of the specs. You can pick the mileage that you want, and then you order it in a simple online checkout process, like you know it from shopping shoes online or other things. It takes less than 5 minutes. And then when everything's confirmed, you get the car delivered to your doorsteps within a couple of weeks. And it's as easy as that.
And you work with businesses as well?
Yes, that's exactly it. And that's actually where my background is at Finn. I come from our B2B space. I've built up our B2B business in Germany, where we work with over 2,500 companies and generate actually a little over half of our revenue in Germany. And for businesses, we find that our offering works extremely well because it is more flexible, it is all-inclusive, so it significantly reduces the effort of managing a fleet. And let me tell you, Fred, even managing a fleet of 20, 25 cars can become a full-time job. And so here it is our goal to take away a lot of the work that lied with companies in the past, insource that to us, and yeah, we find a tremendous demand there from B2B customers as well. And of course, something that's becoming more and more relevant to both B2C and B2B customers is the topic of electric vehicles. And we like to call Finn the longest test drive that's available in the market. And especially with B2B customers, we see a lot of demand for EVs to say, hey, let's try them out. We want to make the shift to electric. We're not ready to buy these outright or lease them for 36 months. But if we can get 5, 10 electric vehicles for 6 to 12 months, try them out, see how our employees like the car themselves, how they get along with the range, but also the charging infrastructure, then we can really lower the entry barrier into electric mobility and thus into sustainable mobility quite significantly.
But getting EVs has been challenging for the
Yes,
company. Tell me about it.
it is challenging. It certainly is challenging, of course, with residual values of vehicles overall, but especially electric vehicles right now. It's been challenging, but nonetheless, we've made tremendous progress in Germany there. Electric vehicles, sustainable mobility has always been part of Finn's DNA and what we've tried to push and try to accomplish. We have a 40% share of our fleet right now that is electric or plug-in hybrid. And as you may have seen, we just brought on a new investor with particularly a sustainability focus. And together with that investor, we want to increase the EV and plug-in hybrid share of our portfolio to 80% by 2028.
Tell us about the investor for those who haven't seen the news.
Yes, so super exciting news. We just closed our Series C. Planet First Partners is our lead investor. The total funding in the round comes out to just over $100 million. And so we are super excited to work with Planet First Partners and to really push mobility, but particularly sustainable mobility forward.
Tell me about the expansion of availability in the US and what we can look forward to.
Certainly. So I can't speak to any particular brands just yet, but we can speak again very soon. Our portfolio in the US right now is limited. We're working with the utmost urgency to fix that. We've made tremendous progress over the past months, also leveraging some of the relationship that we've built in the past 4.5 years in Germany and in Europe over to the US. And so we're looking to expand our portfolio here with several interesting brands. And of course, in the end, right, as in any e-commerce business, consumer choice is one of the most important success factors. And our clear goal is to offer as much choice to our consumers as possible.
And are you available in more and more states, or tell us how that is expanding?
So we're still available in the Northeast, of the US, and as we look down the road further into 2025, 2026, we will certainly also expand our geographic footprint here in the US. I think particularly with a focus on EVs, California is a super interesting market for us, but there also are a couple of other interesting states. But for now, we're very much focused on the markets that we currently operate in. The market opportunity here is more than big enough for us to fulfill our 2024 targets and beyond. And so we certainly will look towards state expansion in the near future, but not just yet.
Very interesting. So for more info, website is finn.com, FINN.com. Jan Hansen, thank you for spending time with us.
Thanks a lot, Fred. Appreciate it.